I'm Lauren with Pack Hacker, and today we're going to be taking a detailed look at the Bihn tray Bihn, which I've been testing for the last 2 weeks. Let's dive in. So this tray here is the small model, and there is a medium as well. It sort of just acts as like a dump pocket, essentially, for any gear that you find yourself just like all those little small trinkets that you need to keep, you know, on hand and close by. So the small one here has 6.3-inch edges across, so it's, you know, has a fair amount of size to it, but it's not overly large. And then the sides here are 2.3 inches tall, and then the medium is 9.8, so it is significantly larger. This fits in there pretty nicely. We don't have that one on hand, but if you are looking for something a little bit larger, then that's great, and it's equally as tall, so you're not going to be like some things, you know, when you get a little bit bigger, it gets bigger like everywhere. This one only gets bigger on the actual width of it. So the one we have here is the Constellation Blue colorway, and this one is made with 525D Ballistic Nylon, but there are also Cordura options and other nylon options at the time of writing. So kind of similar to other Bihn smaller products, there's like a mishmash of different options that you can choose from based off of your preferences. So this is the one that we went with, and it's fairly light. This one here is only 4 ounces, so you know it's not really going to take up that much weight or space, although it isn't really for travel. So if we're looking at this, they kind of like, they have these buckles on the sides here, and this is because Bihn explains it that it's hard to get like a really tight corner on this sort of a shape. So in order to keep these structured edges, they added these buckles. And so it does flatten out a little bit, but it doesn't lay completely flat. And this isn't necessarily intended for, you know, portable travel and things like that. So this is more so to keep, you know, in one place on a consistent basis. Though I will say it is pretty flat. So if you wanted to take this with you and you have a little bit of extra space to spare, at only 4 ounces, it's super lightweight. You can see like on the inside, you can kind of see what it's supported by. It's like it's like cardboard, sort of just like airy, and it's super lightweight, but it's, you know, stiff and structured. So if you wanted to bring this with you, you definitely could if you had the space to spare. It's obviously not the most packable out of everything just because of that shape alone, but something to keep in mind if you want that multifunction. There is also the travel tray, which I have right here. So if you want to kind of look at something that was a little bit more travel based, this one is super, super flexible, whereas this one obviously is not, because it has those structured edges. So if you wanted something to take that's a sort of tray, then this is a great option. It's a little bit taller, and we also have a review on this one if that's something that you're interested in. But basically what I ended up mostly using this for was, like I said, a sort of dump tray. So that's what it's intended for. I have my wallet, I have my phone, I have keys, I have all this kind of stuff. And that gets a little bit full, so that larger one is great if you want a little bit more space. But for me, it was really great if I wanted to keep a bunch of really small items at my desk organized. So, you know, instead of dropping my keys on the table and like having them make a loud noise, they're a little bit quieter in there, only as quiet as keys can be when they're all like clanging against each other. And then with headphones too, they're quick and easy when I need them. Chapstick's not rolling all over the desk. It's really great for that. A standard size pen fits as well. So it's a really good option if, you know, if you want to keep things organized around the house or at your desk or anything like that. In terms of the actual materials themselves, that Cordura and this, you know, 525D Ballistic Nylon is a little bit overkill, but Bihn likes to, you know, reuse all the materials that they have. So, you know, it's understandable why it's made with that, but it does give it a little bit of over-the-top durability for, you know, considering it's just going to be sitting at your desk. I mean, granted, the more you throw things in here, the more worn down it'll get. So it might be nice in the future to have that sort of extra durability, but in general, it's a pretty great thing to just have on hand for quick grab items. So there you have it, the Bihn tray Bihn. Thanks for keeping it here at Pack Hacker, your guide to smarter travel, and we'll see you in the next one.